as well. And these ancient stupas have been around since the 11th century, and all of them are just donated by really rich people from all different countries actually. It's one of the longest wooden bridges here in Inle Lake, and it's beautiful. Good morning guys, hope you're having a great day. It is Ping here. Today I am in Shui, which is on the northern part of Inle Lake. And today we're going on a Inle Lake boat tour. This is something that everybody does when they come to Inle Lake. We're going to make a couple stops along the lake, enjoy the scenery, but most of all we're going to go see the fishermen at sunrise. It's currently like 4:45, we need to head out and we need to get on the boat. So let's go. Arrived at the lake for sunrise. You can see the mist rolling off the mountains, off the water as well. But the view is impressive, and we actually saw a fisherman who is a local fisherman doing his daily, fishing routine. It's not none of the touristy posing there, sort of trapped, I guess. But the sun's just rising behind the mountains. It is stunning. You just see the rays all over the mountains. What a beautiful way to start the day here in Inle Lake. It's actually the second largest lake in Myanmar, completely freshwater. There are a couple of towns around the lake. The one we're staying at is Shui. That's the biggest one. That's where all the buses, the airport. So that's where people usually enter and usually leave as well. But Inle Lake is huge. From south to north, it takes about 1 hour by boat, so it's a very big lake. What's also really interesting about Inle Lake is that the fishermen are very unique. They have their own paddling technique, and they have their own nets, which are nowadays become a really touristy trap. But if you're able to find a local fisherman doing his own job every single day, then you can avoid that tourist trap, and you don't have to pay extra money because he's just doing his job. Now this is a stop I didn't really want to make, but I'm actually glad I came. This is the Lotus and Silk Weaving Center. It basically shows you how they weave the lotus, which is really interesting considering how stretchy the interior of a lotus root is. And they also show you all the different machines that they use to make the silk longis along with the scarves.
So there's a relay scarf for ladies, no for Pagoda emission for the monks. For one scarf, we knew of 4,000 with stem.
4,000 with one stem. Wow. So we just bought a little souvenir here. It was just a little silk hair tie thing. I love this place. I mean, there's a warm heater over there, and there's hot tea, which by the way is completely free. This is the place to be in Inle Lake. I'm so glad I came. Our next stop of the day is a pagoda known as Pagoda. It's this big golden pagoda. It's like octagonal shaped. But for me, after having been to Bagan, this is really nothing. Just a quick stop along the way. What really makes this pagoda better is actually the view from the second level, and you can see the rivers, you can see the villages. For me, that's what makes this pagoda unique compared to the other ones in Bagan. We just checked out a Silversmiths shop here in Inle Lake. Quite unique the way they make silver, the way they make jewelry, and then afterwards they even have like a gift shop for you to buy things. Obviously not really my cup of tea, but if you are in Inle Lake, you want to buy some jewelry, you want to buy a ring or some souvenirs, this is a good place to go to. But for me, not really my thing, so I think we're gonna go on to the next stop. This is the stop I've been looking forward to the most because I've seen photos of it and it's absolutely amazing. And as you can see behind me, it doesn't fail to impress. This is Inle Pagoda. This place is located about an hour and 45 minutes away from the main hub of Inle Lake, but that means that less people are here, and these ancient stupas have been around since the 11th century, and all of them are just donated by really rich people from all different countries actually. But this place is really impressive. It's almost like if Pagoda was all condensed into one. All these beautiful stupas, and they're so shiny, especially the newer ones. The older ones are just have this rustic charm to it. Just such a nice place to relax and enjoy the beautiful bells ringing on the top of the pagodas. The next site we've come to see is one that is really famous around the world. These are the long-necked women. So what's actually unique about them is that they have these golden coils around their neck that add up over time. So the first ring is put on the girl when she's 9 years old, and then every year onwards, one more ring is put. Total, it should be only 23 rings, which is the maximum amount you can put on a woman. 23 rings together results in almost 6 kilograms. Now, according to our guide, these women never take them off. They wear it all the time. To sleep, to shower, they never take it off. So imagine just having that weight on you every single day. It must be so tiring. This is Jumping Cat Monastery. It's one of the bigger religious sites here in Inle Lake. As to why it's called Jumping Cat, I'm not very sure, but there are a lot of cats enjoying the sun outside and they're really, really cute. But inside it's actually really dark. They just have a couple Buddhas and these large gold pillars supporting this whole entire wooden structure, by the way. But it is a monastery, so it is full of monks, so we have to be respectful and be quiet. And a lot of the areas are actually no admission, so you're not allowed to go in. But either way, Jumping Cat Monastery, interesting name, very interesting name, but I don't see any cats jumping, which is quite a disappointment. It would be so much cooler if this place actually had jumping cats. Unfortunately, they don't. But it's time for us to get back on the boat. Our final stop of the day is actually just right in front of me. This is Myanmar wooden bridge. It's one of the longest wooden bridges here in Inle Lake, and it's beautiful. The bridge just stretches out all the way into the lake, and you can walk along it. It's actually quite stable compared to the ones I had in Laos. But it's just a nice bridge. Right now the kids are getting let off from school, so they're running across the bridge. It's a beautiful way to see Inle Lake. Alright, so the big question everybody wants to know, is Inle Lake worth it? Now, I've met a lot of people who have come to Inle Lake and they told me how beautiful it is, how great it is, and I'm not going to deny that Inle Lake is one of the most beautiful places in the world. But what I do find is that Inle Lake has become too touristy. You have a lot of shops that are selling silver, that are selling wood items. They're trying to get you to buy souvenirs rather than enjoy the scenery and enjoy Inle Lake. So that is a bit frustrating. However, on that note, there are still tons of wonderful places you can visit in Inle Lake. You can still visit the Indane Pagodas, which I found to be one of my favorite spots in Inle Lake, along with that last wooden bridge that we saw at the very end of the day for sunset. That is probably one of the most beautiful views I have ever met in my life. So Inle Lake is definitely worth a visit, but don't expect too much in terms of local feeling and experience because it's become too touristy these days and they're trying to cater all their businesses towards getting people to buy things. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more food and travel videos. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.